All right, so to shed light and to delve into this matter, we've got two national chairmen here with us. Well, let me start on my far right. That's Yabagistani, who is the national chairman, Action Democratic Party. And then we'll have Yunus Otanko, national chairman of the National Conscience Party. Gentlemen, welcome to the program.
Good morning, Chamberlain. Good morning, Nigerians, and thank you for having me.
All right, let me start with you, Mr. Sani. About this amendment, do you have any challenges? Do you see anything wrong with it whatsoever, or we're on course?
Good morning. I believe we're on course because in the first instance, the Action Democratic Party, which I'm national chairman, was the first party to reject the order of the elections when it was announced by INEC. We addressed a press conference because we see it as undemocratic. We see it as something that is not in tune with the minds of Nigerians, because when you have an election that is top down, what you are saying is that it is no longer democracy. Democracy means grassroots, driven process, because it's about the grassroots. It's about the people, for the people. Right, that's what it is. So that's why we came out to say no, because there's no way you can have a presidential election. Yes, it has been happening before, but even when it happened last in the 2015 election, the same APC complained bitterly about the order of the elections. So we believe that justice must be done, which means people must be given their rights. There shouldn't be impunity. There shouldn't be arm twisting. There shouldn't be hoodwinking. And we believe that what APC government is trying to do is to sort of force Nigerians to accept what Nigerians have rejected.
Which is having the presidential elections conference as initially released by INEC.
As initially released by INEC. What the National Assembly has done, I think, is in line with the hopes and aspirations and the thinking and the wishes of the Nigerians.
Oh, not of Action Democratic Party?
Yes, Action Democratic. Yes, that's what we believe in that, because the National Assembly coming first will now allow Nigerians to elect whoever they want to be to represent them in the National Assembly. And what is happening is that a situation where you have this bandwagon effect. You have in the National Assembly the same party occupying, the majority because of the bandwagon effect.
Okay. We'll come to the effect, but yes, let's quickly get your reaction. Do you share the same view?
Oh, maybe a slight amendment. Now, a lot of accusation has been made on all other political parties, that political parties are supposed to start from the grassroots, local government elections and all. Now here we have an order of election that is starting from the top. We would have preferred that we have a state assembly election first. Then we have the National Assembly coming. Then we have the state government, the governors, then followed by the presidential election.
4 weekends of elections.
Yeah?
4 weekends of elections.
No. You have the two gap. You start with the state assembly and then the National Assembly first. Then you have the other election of state and state governors, and then the presidential election coming in next. That way is 2.
So if they reverted to how it was in with the 2010 Electoral Act Section 25, would that work for you?
No. The problem is even the Electoral Act itself has not been even passed into law. That's a big problem. We are even thinking about what you are even proposing about independent candidates using of electric machine and all. All of these things are still yet not done. So, and if you are talking about 1 year, we had almost more than 1 year. We couldn't, up to now, we have not perfected even the card reader.
Well, so what's wrong in the state assembly elections happening with the National Assembly elections?
No. The state assembly with the National Assembly is perfect.
Right.
The other election, like when you say both of them start from the same time, the state assembly and the National Assembly, that way is the state. It's starting from the lower level to the higher level and then to the highest level.
No, state assembly alongside governorship elections first?
No. State assembly along the National Assembly.
Then after that,
then governorship and then the presidential election. You see, the idea here is this. When you have a governorship election before the state assembly.
What if you have them together?
The governorship,
the state assembly elections, and the governorship elections. We've done that before, haven't we?
Yes, we have done that before, but we now realize that when we do that, it has a bandwagon effect, and then didn't give room for most of the political parties that are being categorized as lower political parties to able to win elections.
How?
When you say state assembly, you have a state assembly, and then you have a national assembly. They are all constituency elections. But when you have a governorship election coming in with the state election, you've already had the governor already been elected. And then what we have is that later on it now affects the whole process or even getting to the presidential election. Do you see the difference?
Do you, for instance, see the APC, the ruling party at the moment now, agreeing in totality with this new order for the elections?
The problem is that it's not them agreeing. They are a political party like all of us. If the National Conscience Party, we've made this particular position for us to have a plain level ground with everybody. Now, conglomerate of political parties under the CNN to also support it, more than 30 political parties support this particular position. We are all equal. Is there one against or they are one? We are more than 67.
Is that CNPP?
No, the CNN, that's Coalition for a New Nigeria. Each of the individual political parties agreed to this particular position. The NCP prefer to have this lower election so that it gives us chance to win elections.
Is ADP part of that coalition?
No. They are not part of us.
Well, you speak of grassroots and see how elections can be felt even at the grassroots and how that can develop and metamorphose into the higher, bigger picture and get into the presidency. How do you expect that this new order will address those issues that are inherent in seeing that grassroots democracy thrives?
Yeah, for instance, if you look at even the charade we have today as local government elections, where the governors just decree or they just write the names of the people they want to be in the position, which is a mockery of democracy. That's to tell you that when I
thought those people are elected.
They are not elected. I mean, at local government, if you have been watching what is happening in local government elections, even in Lagos,
are they selected?
They're selected because even if you win,
no.
I'm telling you, the results,
election process.
We have participated in those elections. Everybody in this country knows that the local government elections as we have them today, the state INEC as we have them today, is a mockery of democracy.
Have you challenged any of those results?
We have. In fact, the last election we participated in Kwara State, they did not even constitute the panel to even hear the complaints, which is even against the law, the law that governs that election.
Are you in court about the matter at the moment?
We're getting in court. Of course.
Oh, you're going to, but you haven't gone.
We have complained. We have, lawyers. I'm sure they are doing what they're supposed to do about that. But the point I'm trying to make is that you can see, take it from there. Then, if you now empower the same governors and the presidents to now have executive power after they have won election, they will use those positions. You know how we are in this country. If you give somebody power, he takes everything as if he's an emperor, as if the rest of us do not matter. So this is why we are saying that in the order of this election, let the philosophy, the essence of democracy, let it be displayed. That is, allow the grassroots to have the freedom,
which is
without interference. That is coming with the national assembly election, the state legislative elections. Those ones should come first, so that you don't have somebody now, I'm twisting, the officials of the who are conducting this election. Because remember, the INEC chairman and all the commissioners are appointed by Mr. President.
Okay.
So therefore, if you tell me that the man doesn't have any influence on this, it's not true.